All right, hello, welcome back to Camp Snoopy, boys and girls. We are here today to show you some more another item you can do in your output pages. And today we're going to work on practice problems. So I got a couple different ways we can do this. One thing is I've been rating my junk mail and going through all these envelopes that are just junk, and I've been brought a couple of those, so maybe your teachers or you can go through your junk mail at home and bring your envelopes. So I have this junk mail envelope. Just going to cut it. And now it has a little opening. I'm actually going to cut it a little shorter. And I'm going to go ahead and do fractions. I know you guys have been working on fractions, so I'm going to give an example of fractions. I will glue my envelope in. And then I just took some scraps of paper that I had and I put some practice problems on. So I have practice problem which shows fourths, A or B, and then you can put the answer on the back so you can check yourself. Which one shows eighths? Which one shows halves? And then what you can do is you can just put your sample problems in your little envelope for you to keep, and then you can pull them out and practice them with a friend or later by yourself. So then I would get some crayons or my colored pencils. Remember, no markers. We only want to use crayons with colored pencils. And I'm going to title this Practice Problems. And since I actually did mine on fractions, I might do some fractions around here. So just as simple as something like this, using envelope from your junk mail and using some scratch paper. All you do is you write some practice problems on a little scratch paper, put your scratch papers in there, and there's your practice problems. That's just one of the ways that you can do it, and I'm going to show you one other way you can do some practice problems. So turning to the next page, we're going to pretend that this page is about odd and even, and the other page is that we already did was the fraction, so now we're doing the odd and even page, which I think is something that all of you have learned about already. And this one is going to be called flaps. So what I did is, using scratch paper once again, I just cut it into little squares, folded it in half, and then put a problem on the front, and then the answer would be under the flap. So for instance, what I'm doing here is I just put numbers on here since I wanted to do odd and even ones, and under the flap I can go ahead and put the answer. So for instance, 208 would be even, so I would write even under the flat. So this would be how it would look using scratch paper and making flaps. This would be another example of doing practice problems. Of course, I connected it to the right side, which was odd and even. For this page, which was using scrap envelopes, I connected it to fractions, but you would connect it to whatever page you are doing in your journal. But those are just two different ways that you can do practice problems in your output pages. and being creative. Of course, you can be as creative as you want and think of other ways. I just wanted to give you a couple examples. A couple things you need to remember is we don't use markers on the output pages, and we're only working on the left side, and we need to make sure that we connect it to the right side so that we connect that learning. So something else I want to talk to you about is we do have a contest coming up because it's almost the end of the semester. So let's take a look. The output page winners of each class will be turned into me on Wednesday, January 10th. So that actually means, since we're going on vacation, that you only have about 18 more days to work in your output pages. And the teachers will each turn in the class winner, and I will give you a treat. And then there's going to be one overall winner from 2nd grade, 3rd grade, and 4th grade, and they will be chosen. And whoever those winners are will be able to win a date to Burger King with Miss Dierks, and I will pay for your lunch, and we'll have a nice time looking at your journals. So I hope one of you can be the winner. Be creative, be colorful, and most important, don't forget to connect your thinking to the right side. Can't wait to read those output pages and see what you've got in store for me. All right, thanks boys and girls. Good luck and be creative and connect your thinking.